So, what caused him to leave the island?
I don't know.
Got eaten by darkness or whatever.
Yeah, Riku went on the internet, googled how to summon Succubus girlfriend, and suddenly everything just went downhill, dog.
Nice. So initially it was I gotta go get my back kind of deal.
Well, so, let me give a rundown of how Kingdom Hearts 1 went, right? Because I just went through this. It's fresh in my mind, right?
Okay.
So, Sora and his buds, they're on an island, and Kyrie's like, yo fam, let's get the fuck out of here. And Sora's like, And so Kairi sits on her ass, and so does Riku, and then Sora does all the work to make a raft to get off the island, and they're all about to get off the island, and suddenly there's a black hole, and Riku's like, yo dog, I'm part of the darkness now, and Sora's like, what? What do you mean? You're my best friend. And he's like, sorry bud, just over the last hour, I went to Hot Topic and got a really cool t-shirt. and Sora got really, really confused. And then suddenly they teleported to Traverse Town. I don't know. And then Leon shows up, but he's not named Leon. Or sorry, he is named Leon, but it's actually Squall from Final Fantasy VIII, which is the worst one. So already we're off to a bad start. Anyway, so Sora runs into Leon and is like, yo dog, I gotta find my buddies. And he's like, well, I don't know your buddies, but that Keyblade's pretty cool, dog. I know all about that Keyblade. But as far as I'm aware of so far, that Keyblade has just come into existence. Why does everybody know about it except Sora? I don't know. Anyways, Sora smacks him around with the Keyblade. He's like, dope, well, you gotta go defeat these things called the Heartless now. He's like, huh? What? And I'm in the same boat. And then he's like, sure, okay. And then Donald and Goofy just fall out of the sky because they gotta go find Mickey, who I guess is also on this mission to go stop the Heartless, even though I thought that was the Keyblade Master's responsibility. Anyway, that's what Mickey's up to. I don't know why, but he is. So Donald and Goofy and Sora all go on this magical adventure through the lands of Disney, which are all horribly represented in this game because they're bland and boring and everything's misguided, and the characterization of these wonderful characters is completely ripped from everybody outside of like Tarzan, because he's just a stupid ape-man anyway. So
yeah, but they ruined that world by having Clayton ride a giant chameleon into battle.
oh my god, dude, Clayton shot somebody. This game's rated E? Unbelievable. Anyway, so they go through all these Disney worlds and they close these keyholes. Why they're there, nobody knows, but they are, because the big keyhole that actually makes a difference in Hollow Bastion anyway. But they don't know that until they close the other keyholes, and then he goes to talk to Sid, and Sid's like, yo dog, there's a big keyhole in Hollow Bastion. And Sora's like, what? That's not a Disney. And he's like, sorry dog, that's where it is. And he's like, alright. So after going through all these Disney things and murdering all these Disney villains, he goes into this castle where there's a bunch of Heartless, and he's like, okay. And then he meets Beast, and Beast is pretty dope. He's like, yo, I'm not leaving without Belle. Beast could have, like, just run that whole castle down. He's a fucking, he's money, dude. He's the best. Anyway, you run around with him for like 5 minutes until you get into the castle, and then you don't have a Keyblade anymore or something like that, because Riku took it. Sorry, there's too many characters with R and look very similar in this franchise. Anyways, Riku took the Keyblade, but it turns out that Riku has his own dark Keyblade that he uses to release the power of people's hearts, which... What? What? So you have Keyblade that releases the power of people's hearts, but the power of people's hearts is the light inside of their heart. But for some reason it exposes the darkness in the heart. Sure, okay, whatever. I'll take your word for it, your Keyblade looks dope. And then Sora's like, I don't know about that, dog. And so he smacks Riku around with his Keyblade a little bit. Doesn't look like it hurts that much, but Riku's pretty offended by it. Anyway, you have this last keyhole, and Sora's like, alright, it's time to close this shit up. And he's like, oh, I need Kyrie's heart. And so he frees Kyrie's heart, and then for some reason he turns into a Heartless, because I guess he gave Kyrie his own heart. That's the impression that it gave me. or that Kyrie's heart was inside of him this whole time, which, how does that even work? That doesn't make any sense. That would imply that she turned into a Heartless, but she never turned into a Heartless at any point in time throughout that game. Anyway, you close up that last keyhole and you're like, dope, the game's over. Joke's on you, you have to go to the end of the world, which actually isn't the end of the world, it's more like the end of the Disney universe for some reason. But they skipped over the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids universe, and I think that's a really lame. Anyway, you get to the end of the world, and for some reason there's this dude named Ansem, and so this entire time you've been trying to find this dude named Ansem, but you wouldn't know that unless you were actually reading those reports, the field reports by Ansem, which I bet nobody read until Kingdom Hearts 2. Anyway, they're there, they explore what the darkness is and what the Heartless are. It turned out knowledge is bad, and turns you into the biggest Heartless. Anyway, you fight Ansem and his stupid, dumb, Heartless buddy, who grabs you and touches your butt, and then you go, no, that's not good, I don't like that. And then you hit Ansem around with your Keyblade, and then Ansem's like, you fuck this shit. And then he turns into a boat that floats in space. And so then you blow up a boat that floats in space. And for whatever reason, doing that, you find the last keyhole, which isn't actually a keyhole, it's a door that seals the darkness in. Anyway, King Mickey's in there. How long has he been there for? I don't know. But he's been in there for a while, probably. Well, what has he been doing in there? Who knows? Why didn't he close the door? I don't know. It could have saved me 24 hours of my time. Anyways, Riku's also there. Don't know why he's there. Thought I murdered him back in Hollow Bastion, but whatever. You help Mickey and Riku close the door, and then you're like, alright, now we gotta go find Riku and Mickey. You just closed him in the door, you moron. And now I'm here in Hollow Bastion reliving my memories, which actually aren't my memories. They're just bases of my memory. And I'm dreaming about my waifu throughout